The king shockingly wanted to marry his own daughter. The reason was the queen's dying words. He could only marry a woman more beautiful than she was. After searching throughout the kingdom, only the princess met this condition. The fairy godmother flew to the princess's bedroom and told her she must flee immediately. The fairy used magic to conjure a carriage, and the princess fled desperately toward the neighboring kingdom with her trunk. But just as she was about to reach safety, the carriage slowly turned into withered grass. The fairy's magic had expired. The princess could only clutch her trunk and run into a roadside farm, where she encountered a steward who spat frogs from his mouth. Seeing her cloaked in donkey skin, the steward took pity on her and let her stay to feed the livestock. By day, the princess wore the donkey skin and did the hardest work. Everyone avoided her, believing something terrifying lurked beneath the hide. Soon came the day when the prince would inspect the farm, and the villagers were beside themselves with excitement. They deliberately hid the princess away, fearing she would frighten the prince. However, the prince disliked such commotion and wandered off alone, discovering a small cabin in the distance emanating light. Through the window, he saw a girl in a golden dress, so beautiful he couldn't tear his eyes away. Back at the palace, the prince stopped eating and drinking. When the queen asked what he wanted, the prince said he wanted to eat a cake made by the girl in golden clothes. The guards searched the entire farm and ultimately found only the girl in donkey skin. They had no choice but to let her try. When the princess heard the prince wanted to eat a cake she made, she returned to her cabin, changed into her beautiful sundress, and began kneading dough with great care. While making the cake, she secretly pressed her ring into the dough. After finishing the cake, she put the donkey skin back on and delivered it to the servants who looked down on her. The prince devoured the cake the moment he received it. Suddenly, something lodged in his throat. Once everyone around him had dispersed, he spat out what was in his mouth, an exceptionally exquisite ring. The prince stared at the ring for a long time, wondering how slender the fingers must be to wear it. The next morning, the prince announced a shocking decision. Whoever could wear this ring, he would marry, regardless of their status. The king immediately ordered all the girls in the kingdom to try. On the day of the fitting, the palace was packed with people. Everyone from 8-year-old girls to 80-year-old women showed up. But the ring seemed enchanted, appearing large and loose on every hand. The king's face grew increasingly dark, while the prince kept his eyes fixed on the palace doors, waiting for someone. Just as everyone was losing patience, a figure cloaked in tattered donkey skin entered the great hall. Everyone covered their noses and stepped back. She extended her hand to the prince. The ring slid onto her finger without resistance, as if returning to its rightful place. The next second, the girl gently pulled off the donkey skin, revealing a face that dimmed even the moon and a golden gown more dazzling than sunlight itself. She was the true princess. On the wedding day, an airplane suddenly appeared in the sky, and the princess's father and fairy godmother descended from above. The godmother smiled and told everyone that the absurd curse had been lifted and the father had regained his sanity. He approached his daughter and blessed her for finding true happiness.